What's good, everybody? It's the GOAT, Aaron Brown. And before this video starts, be sure to hit the link in the description to follow me on Instagram. And also, if you support the content that I've been putting out these last few weeks, be sure to click that join button and become a member of my channel to show your appreciation. Now, let's jump straight into it. Now, in this video, I will be talking about the new track and field docuseries that just dropped on Netflix today entitled Sprint. And I'm going to just talk about how I don't like the documentary or the docuseries and how y'all shouldn't support it, y'all shouldn't watch it, and y'all shouldn't get behind it. The docuseries stars the Olympic champion in the 100, Marcel Jacobs, Noah Weirdo Lyles, Sha'Carri Richardson, Sharika Jackson, and Zarnell Hughes for some odd reason. Then there's appearances from like Trayvon Bromell, Fred Curley, and more people. Well, one reason I say y'all shouldn't support it because it doesn't give a representation of track. It doesn't show the reality of the sport. Now, granted, I can't appreciate the fact that it's showing the athletes with money in track, because if you show the reality of track, then more than likely it wouldn't be appealing, because there's just going to be a whole bunch of athletes complaining to how they don't make any money, how they'll never get no money, and how it's unfair and they deserve contracts and things of that nature. It also showcases athletes like Zarnell Hughes and Marcel Jacobs, like them returning back from injury. Marcel Jacobs, him transferring coaches from Italy to Raina Ryder in Florida, training with other Olympic champions, and how he's been plagued with injury since the last Olympics, and now he's not injured and he's running the fastest times he's ever ran since the last Olympics. I think that's really good. But unfortunately, they show people like Noah Lyles, and I feel like they show him too much. And when they were trying to force him to be this great guy, like he's super good, and granted he's talented, you can't take the man's talent away. But in the grand scheme of things, when you think legendary in track, he hasn't accomplished anything. Everybody know in the sport of track and field, the pinnacle competition is the Olympic Games. He's 27 years old. He has a chance to compete, or he been to 2 Olympic trials. He made 1 Olympic team, or now 2. Oh, so he's been to 3 Olympic trials. Holy. He's been to 3 Olympic trials. He made 2 of the teams. His first Olympic Games, he only came away with the bronze medal in a 200, even though he was the world champion and the world leader going into the meet. But they're trying to compare him to Usain Bolt. He has no world records and he has no Olympic gold medals. So I feel like that's stupid, and how they're trying to make him seem like this main character kind of guy. Like, he won world championships, but there are so many people who has world titles that has no Olympic titles, because that stage is just the biggest stage, and a lot of people fold when it's not time to fold. And unfortunately, fortunately, that's what he did at the last Olympics. He went and showed up and got 3rd place. So I think this is just another effort of them trying to force him on people. And then I also feel like they're using Sha'Carri Richardson. Like, she's clearly the biggest person in the sport, and she brings the most views out of any race. And every time she runs, even if she run slow, if she run fast, she's trending online. So I feel like they're trying to use her to bring in the views to show weirdos and dweebs in the sport. Like, they took her because they know hella people, especially the outside people, were going to watch to see her. And then they just threw some dweebs in there that they're going to try to force on the everyday audience. So that's why I say you shouldn't support it, because this is just them extorting their athletes, making Sha'Carri do this. Well, granted, why she's getting paid from it, but she shouldn't have to do this, especially with them utilizing her clout to give attention to road-ass athletes who we don't care about. Then also they got Otto Bowden hating ass in here. He's probably one of the biggest haters. They always say I'm one of the biggest haters, but his ass is probably one of the biggest haters in the whole sport of track and field, and he's one of the top glazers too. So that shit is just road as fuck. And granted, while I haven't watched this shit on Netflix, and 10 times out of 10, I won't watch this shit because I'm not supporting it. I think that we all should come in solidarity and say that we aren't going to support this. We aren't going to watch this just because they put Noah Lyles in it. And Noah Lyles is a very unlikable guy. He's weird. He's talented. He's fast, but we don't like him. And that's just what it comes down to. They also incorporate other haters like Otto Bowden, so we can't support his ass either. Then they included like Zarnell Hughes. He's always hurt, and he runs for Great Britain. He's rolled as fuck, so we shouldn't support that shit. Marcel Jacobs, he's on his way back. We can support Marcel. And Sha'Carri, she stepping and slide. We can support Sha'Carri. But the rest of that shit is looking roll. Like, we don't want to see no Sharika Jackson docuseries. Come on now. That don't even sound right. But yeah, man, it's the end of my video. At the end of the day is going to end, and this video is going to end.